Here's the second thing God showed me. The English language is a tool. And as a tool, it has strengths and weaknesses. It has variables, has characteristics, has strengths and weaknesses. What I'm saying is the English language has weaknesses. Meaning, when you speak to someone, the two parties involved in that conversation a lot of times assume the context. Sometimes there's a misunderstanding of the context. Then one party would ask for clarity. Why does this happen? Because if you use certain words and speak out the context with it, communicating would become inefficient. So you say certain words and you got to take those words in the context, in an assumed unspoken context, but that in general people can understand. And if there isn't an understanding of that context, then you ask for clarity. So in these Bible verses that talk about submitting to authority, you've got to take those words with the context, meaning authority that they have. You can't change the context. And this is what Mr. Jimmy Evans is doing. He's taking the limited context of a scope of work and he's changing the context into a blanket context. You are the employee. Your employer can make unlimited requests. Whatever makes your employer happy. No. Not things that are illegal. Not things that are outside of scope of work. Things that are outside of scope of work, like I said, can be entertained at the discretion of the employee, but it's not required. But things being illegal are completely out of authority. So even in the word authority, the context of the limitations are there. So from my understanding, Jonathan and Susie Lamb are not rebelling against your authority, because how can they rebel against authority that you don't have? They are submitting to this the authority that you do have, which is the scope of work. They say no, they'll come there, they'll do the show as per the scope of work, but they're not gonna break kingdom laws, which is a higher authority than Joni and Jimmy. So Mr. Jimmy Evans, your understanding of business is very skewed, and that concerns me because you took the word authority out of its context. The limited authority you have in an organization to make decisions in that organization is not unlimited. It is limited. But from your understanding of authority, I mean, are you the kind of person who says, hey, I have authority over my secretary, so she must have affairs with me because that's what will make me happy and that's going to contribute to the well-functioning of the organization, so it's okay? Is that your understanding, Mr. Jimmy Evans? A criminal boss who wants to commit fraud. And let me emphasize on the workplace environment. You can't ask your cameraman to sign his name on your financial audits and take responsibility for those things. That's outside of scope of work. Don't be stupid, Mr. Jimmy Evans. Because as a man of God, you're supposed to be held to a higher standard, especially in leadership roles. And you have gone way off track, Mr. Criminal Enterprise.